Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make a strawberry tart with an orange cognac pastry cream. Here's what you'll need. Egg yolks, orange zest, cornstarch, sugar, vanilla extract, cognac, butter, pre-made pie crust, strawberry preserves, and you're also going to need some whole milk that I'm heating up on the stove just below boiling point. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the egg yolks first. Okay, this is going to be so amazing that you're not going to know what to do with yourself after you make this. Sugar. Okay, I can hear that my milk is just below boiling, so I'm just going to turn it off. Okay, now I'm just whisking the eggs, and sugar for about 2 to 3 minutes. You want them to be nice, light, and frothy. This tart, it's so easy to make. Number one, you're only really cooking one thing. You're making the pastry cream. I mean, the pie crust, you're baking it, yeah, but it comes already pre-made, right? In your local, grocery store in the refrigerated section. So it's great. They make some really good pie crust nowadays, so it makes it much easier. It's almost done. You can see it's nice and light. You see that? Okay, that's what you want. Now I'm going to take the cornstarch. I'm going to mix in the cornstarch. Now I'm taking my milk that I just scalded. What that means is I brought it just before it's down boiling point. I don't want it to boil, otherwise it'll be too hot and scramble the eggs. Not what you want in your strawberry tart. Okay, now I'm going to temper the eggs. What that means is I'm going to take a little bit of the hot liquid and I'm just going to put it in the egg mixture so that the eggs can get to somewhat of a higher temperature. But if I put all the milk in it at once, I could potentially scramble these eggs, which, like I said, it's not what you want to do. So a little bit at a time, put in your hot milk and just whisk it. I put in all my milk now. It's very liquidy at this point, which it's okay. I'm going to put this all back into the pan. And now I'm going to go to the stove and cook this for a few minutes. Here we go. Turning this on. Medium heat, not too high. And you do have to pay attention to it. You do have to babysit it a little bit. And that's okay. You just want to make sure that everything gets nice and thick, but without, like I said, scrambling anything. So just keep an eye on it. And this will happen very quickly, within about 2 to 3 minutes, because the cornstarch will thicken as the liquid gets hotter. My cream is nice and thick. I'm just going to turn this off. And I'm going to add in at this point the orange zest. So, a tad of vanilla. Not too much because vanilla can be overpowering. I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of butter. This is to make it really luxurious. Oops. And a teaspoon of cognac. Okay. It's not much, but it's really going to just add such depth of flavor. It's going to be amazing. Now I've turned this off, so now I'm just whisking it all together so that the butter can melt, and then I'm going to pour this into a bowl and I'm going to refrigerate it. The cream is beautifully thickened. Look at that. Perfect. I can see the orange zest. So now I'm just going to pour it into a bowl, like so. Wonderful. And I'm going to refrigerate it. But I'm going to show you one little quick tip. I'm going to cover this with plastic wrap, but I want to make sure that I touch the actual surface, the actual top of the cream, so that when this cools, it won't, sometimes it forms like a skin on top of your custard, but if you do this little trick, if you just place the plastic wrap directly on the cream, it prevents that skin from forming. Okay. This is going to go in the fridge for about 3 to 4 hours. It has to cool really well before we can assemble the rest of the pie. Now we're going to go on to the crust for the strawberry tart. Now, you could make your own pie crust. I sometimes do. But when I find like Pillsbury pie crust on sale in the refrigerated section of my market, I always buy it. So it's really good. And it's, like I said, it's really, really easy to just make a late, just a quick dessert on a late minute notice. I mean, it's just wonderful. Now, the first thing we're going to do, preheat your oven to 475. And I have a 9-inch tart pan right here, like so. And I'm just going to spray it with non-stick cooking spray. Here we go. This is beautiful. All you have to do is unroll it, just like so, and fit it into your pan. The one thing you don't want to do is stretch it, because what's going to happen is once it bakes, it's going to shrink back down. So just try and fit as much as possible. Then I'm going to pierce it with a fork, just like so. And now we're going to blind bake it. Blind bake it just means I'm going to cover it with foil. Make sure you spray it, like so. You don't want to mess up your edges. Now, blind bake it means that I'm just going to weigh it down. I'm using beans that I used probably 10 times for blind baking. I just put them in a container so that I know next time I'm going to make a tart, I know which beans to go for. So, what this does is it weighs it down, so we're going to partially cook the crust so that when we cook it for the second time, it gets evenly cooked, golden brown, and every single part of it is going to be cooked through. Otherwise, if I just put this in the oven as is without blind baking it, I could run into the risk of burning the top of it before the whole thing is cooked. So let's just put this in the oven, 375, for about 10 minutes. While my crust is baking, I'm just going to prep the strawberries. Now all I'm going to do is cut the top off, okay? Just like so. I'm going to cut it in thirds. Tart's done blind baking. All I'm going to do now is take, beautiful, let's take the beans, put them back into my container. Same for next time I'm making a strawberry tart. Put this a few more times, all over. Back into the oven, 375. Take that little piece off. About 15 to 20 minutes, so it's light golden brown and crispy. My pie crust is ready. It's nice golden brown. I've let it cool for about 15 minutes. Before I start handling that, what I'm going to do next is just take some strawberry preserves. Not much. You'll probably need about 2 tablespoons. Like so. And I'm going to just put this in the microwave for 30 to 45 seconds. I just want to get this nice and loose so that I can brush it over the strawberry and make them glisten. Taking our amazing cognac and orange pastry cream, very thick at this point, as you can see. And you're gonna, oh, I can really smell the orange and the cognac. Amazing. And you're just gonna have to work this around, just like so. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's gonna be covered by the strawberries, which I'm just gonna lay them like so. You just go around over and over again. Same process. Last one. Perfect. Now I'm going to grab my strawberry preserves. This is just going to make the strawberries glisten. Done. I'm going to just sprinkle with pep sugar all over the top, like so. I like to get it on the edges mostly, because it gets the crust. Here we go. You can top this with some chopped nuts if you wanted to, fresh mint, but it is perfect as is. I hope you've enjoyed spending time with me, and I hope you go to my website and get this recipe, www.laureninthekitchen.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.